guys, I hope you enjoyed that little insight into my day at Glastonbury. It's now Sunday, so the day after that I'm going to give you guys a little haul on what I bought. And yeah, so Glastonbury is pretty much it's kind of odd, to be honest. It's just like a random little village that is jam-packed full of witchy stuff, anything alternative, slightly hippie. It's insane. Like, it's such a cool and quirky place. It's ridiculous. I want to say Glastonbury is mainly the way it is because of a couple of landmarks in the village. I want to say it's a village. Within the village that kind of give it a mystical, magical vibe. So the first one is Glastonbury Tour. It is this tall, I don't know how to explain it. I'll put a little picture of it here. It's a tall building that rests at the very, very top of a huge hill, and it can be seen for miles. The whole idea behind the tour is thought that King Arthur is buried underneath it. I personally don't know an awful lot of the history behind the tour, but I think that's the idea as to why it's such like a mystical, pagan, witchy village is mainly because of the tour. I didn't actually go up it this year as one, it was a little bit cold, and two, I kind of ran out of time. I've been up it in the past. I think the last time we went up, we really didn't go up the way you were meant to go, so I couldn't find the path that right now is quite obvious looking at it. So we ended up deciding to climb up the sheer face of this hill, and oh my gosh, it was terrifying because it was so steep and there was nothing to hold on to, and I was literally just in a pair of flip-flops. So I shan't be doing that again, but the whole vibe and feels and everything when you're at the top of the tour is incredible. I think we watched sunset. I want to say it was maybe summer solstice that I went. I can't remember. There was a reasoning behind why I was at the tour at this time. But they were playing like drums and music, and like, oh my gosh, the vibe was just incredible. But this time I just went around the shops, and it fell around Maybon time, so there was a couple of different Maybon things going on. I managed to get hold of some incredible pieces of Moldavite, so I'm going to be listing them in my shop. I've got 4 pieces that I handpicked out of a bunch of other pieces, and oh my gosh, when I tell you now, this crystal / tektite is incredible, and it will change your life. Like, I wear this one daily, and I got a few more bits that are Moldavite related, one of which I will show you in my haul. But oh my gosh, this crystal, it will change your life, and for the best. Like, I swear by it. It's amazing. So without further ado, let's get into the mini little haul. Can we also just take a minute to appreciate Ginny's little Halloween jumper? We got it from HomeSense, and oh my gosh, she's so cute with it on. Do you like your jump? Yes? Okay, so I didn't actually buy an awful lot, which is actually pretty good for me, especially in Glastonbury. I kind of just like, all sense of money goes out the window, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this, this, and this, and this. I actually only bought 3 things for myself. Say 3 things for myself, and the pieces of Moldavite for you guys. I think I have a few favourite stores in Glastonbury that I really like. One of them is the bookshop. They sell some incredible books. Like, I don't even know where to begin. I think when I went charity shop, when I've been in like charity shops in the past, I've always had this idea that one day I'm gonna come across this like old vintage Witchcraft spell book, and you can pretty much find them in this shop in Glastonbury. I haven't found any in just an average charity shop, but in this place, like, oh my gosh, it's There's so much stuff and it's incredible. Another one is a crystal shop, and I always tend to get something in that one, but I didn't actually get anything this time. And then there's a Norse pagan Viking shop, and oh my gosh, I turn into like a little fangirl, which I bought something from that shop. And there was another crystal shop that has some incredible jewellery, and I've always wanted to get something from there, but I've never actually done it because it is quite expensive. But this time I kind of looked out, and I'll explain why in a second. So first off was the Viking shop, where I got a new tarot card deck. This is the Yggdrasil Norse divination cards. Like, it's not like your generic, your normal tarot card deck. It's, I want to say it's kind of between like an oracle deck and a tarot card deck. Like, the whole idea behind it is the same, but I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. Which is like this, and it just comes in a little box, and in it, if I can get it out, is your like guidebook. So this tells you what each card means and how you can like interpret it to answer your questions. And then in the bottom of the box, are you looking? Is the actual deck. I feel like I need like a tarot card bag for them now, because these are just incredible. I haven't actually opened them yet. Cards is just, they're all black and white. Do you want to go down? You go down. They're just a set of black and white cards, and this is actually like my first time looking at them, so we're both getting first impressions. So on top is Odin's card, and it has the meanings at the bottom of each one, and then I believe it's all the Norse gods. Yeah, this is so cool. I probably can't pronounce half of them, but I'll let you know how I get on with this deck. I feel like I need to learn it because it's got nothing. It's like an oracle card deck, I want to say, but it's Norse pagan, so I can't really complain with it. But I'm very much excited to be using these. That's this card deck. My hands are way too small to be holding these. So you get the deck, like I said, the book, and it all comes in a nice little box. This, how much were these? These were, I want to say £35, but I've only ever really gravitated towards one tarot card deck, and I don't really ever feel gravitated towards any others. So the fact that I was instantly drawn to this, and I think I was in and out that shop within like 10 minutes, and I bought these, kind of shows that I was kind of gravitated towards it. So that's that one. And then also in that shop, I got myself a raven feather, or is it crow feather? One or the other. So essentially the symbolism to this is that Odin has two crows crows or ravens? Ravens, one or the other. That's either side of his shoulder, and pretty much just tell him everything that's going on within all the different worlds, and they're kind of like his little messengers. So I don't have anything really that represents them on my altar apart from a crow's foot, so I thought I should maybe have two items because there's two of them. So I just got a crow's feather like this. It's just a little black one, and I will put that next to my crow's foot. So that was, I think that's just £1, you know. And they are all ethically sourced as well. I made sure to ask him because I don't want to get anything that's not. God, love coffee. And then the last few things, well, last two things I got were from a crystal store that's called Stone Age, and I would say maybe I've been to Glastonbury like 3 or 4 times now, and each time I've always looked at these pendulums, and because they're classed as master pendulums, they are very much more on the pricey side of things, and I've always wanted one, and in my head I'm like, one day I'll be able to afford it and I will get one for myself. And yesterday was that day. Like, I was just looking at them, and then all of a sudden one caught my eye, and I honestly couldn't take my eyes off it. It was a clear quartz one with a tiny bit of moldavite on it, and oh my gosh, let me show you guys. I'll insert a clip as well so you can see it properly. But so this is the pendulum. As you can see, it's absolutely stunning. You've got the little bit of moldavite at the top, and you have the clear quartz point, and then it just comes with this like little, I don't know how to explain it, it's like a little symbol. I don't really know what it represents, but it's silver and gold. But honestly, when I saw it, I was like, oh my gosh. And it is the most expensive item I have in my witchy collection. And I'll be honest, I didn't pay full price for it because I got a few other pieces, like I mentioned in the past, of moldavite to sell in the shop. So I got it at wholesale price, and I was tempted to buy it outright, but when she was like, oh, I can do wholesale as well, because I started talking to her just about her shop, and then my shop came into like the conversation, and then she said I do wholesale, and I was like, okay, sure, I'm buying this crystal now. But honestly, I've seen them for like the past 4 or 5 years, and I've never actually bought one, but this time I did, and it's incredible. Like, I can just feel like the energies from it and everything, and it just came in this nice little box here, and I will literally be treasuring it because I'm obsessed. So essentially the way pendulums work, they are a form of divination, and they can be used to answer simple yes or no questions, or more complex ones if you have a pendulum divination board. I've used a pendulum, was actually the first thing I ever bought with regards to witchcraft. I didn't really understand what it was at the time, just that it answered yes or no questions, and me being a 15-year-old and having a crush on someone, I was like, oh my gosh, it'll tell me the answer whether I'll actually ever date them or not. So that's why I bought one, and ever since then I've used a pendulum for a variety of different things and answering questions. I went through a stage with quite bad anxiety, and I kind of used it as a way of like reassuring myself that everything will be okay. So you can, essentially it swings one way for yes, and then it swings another way for no, and you ask it a series of yes or no questions, and it gives you the answers to it. And honestly, it has never failed me, and getting it with a piece of moldavite just makes me feel like it's going to be so much more powerful as well, and I love it. Speaking of moldavite, let me show you the pieces I got for you guys. In this little brown package, and I kid you not, when I was walking around Glastonbury, I had that pendulum in my bag, I had the pieces of Moldavite, and I had my camera. So if anyone mugged me or robbed me that day, it'd been their lucky day, because I had quite a bit of stuff on me which I was not prepared to lose. So the pieces of Moldavite just came in this little bag, and I only got 4 because I don't know, it makes me so excited. Look at them. They are ignore the stuff that's on my hand. I was messing around with incense. But I have 4 pieces. They are all absolutely stunning. Beautiful green. And every single piece will be on sale on my website over the next couple of days. I will let you know. But this stuff is absolutely incredible. So Moldavite is actually a form of glass, I want to say. It's not actually a crystal. It was formed 15 million years ago in the Czech Republic. It is a relatively rare stone, I want to say, because it was formed when a meteor collided with the Earth. I want to say it was some sort of river. I don't want to say River Nile, but this collision occurred on the riverbank, and due to the energies and everything, it formed these pieces of Moldavite. And the energies, the power, and everything, I can't even explain. Like, this stuff will absolutely transform your life for the better, I hope. But it's just incredible. You can feel like the energies coming from it, and it's just the fact that you can only find this crystal in one place in the whole world, and you'll never be able to find it again, because this can only be, like, Moldavite was only formed under those conditions when the meteorite hit the riverbank. So it will never be found again, made again. Once it's gone, it's gone. And I am so lucky to have a few pieces available for you guys. And when I tell you this will change your life, I mean it. And in such a good way. It has such a positive impact on mine. I wear this piece every single day. I now have a piece for my pendulum. And the whole thing that got me into Moldavite was that I was in Cornwall, I want to say, a couple of years ago now, and we were just mooching around looking in the antique shops and everything. And I went to go find my parents, and they were in one of the antique shops, and I was just looking around, as you do, just casually seeing what there is. And in the cabinet there was a Moldavite ring, and I was like, hold up, I know exactly what crystal this is. And they had no idea what it was, because it was, I think it was like £15 they had it on sale for, and it was a pretty big piece of Moldavite as well. And honestly, the fact that I found it in an antique shop, it just shows that this crystal was like meant for me and to help me out, and it just gives me chills just talking about it. So I have 4 pieces of Moldavite that will be going on my website. I want to say, let's say Tuesday 12 PM BST, and that'll be it. So if you guys can get hold of it, amazing. If not, you might have to wait a little bit to see if I can actually get hold of any more, but that's the Moldavite. So I hope you guys enjoyed my little mini haul vlogging kind of video. If you'd like to learn more about crystals, as I'm pretty sure I haven't really covered it much in this video, feel free to check out this one, as you definitely need to watch it to learn more about crystals. But apart from that, I hope you have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye!